Welcome back. It's episode 20, and Mitch is officially 1 year older. We are also 1 day closer to the Backcountry Brawl, and we are 1 day closer to the release date of Riders Republic. It's episode 20 of Après STEEP. Mr. Mitch, turning 1 year older this year. How old are you?
Stefan called it out in the Discord. I am totally 16, so I can finally get that driver's license. And my body's still fresh as it ever was. Doesn't crack. I don't wake up sore in the morning. None of that.
No, but seriously, happy birthday, dude. I know I went a little ham over there on the Instagram, but it looked like everyone was sharing the day, making it as special as possible for you.
Yes, it was very nice to wake up to all of those messages, especially from people in Europe when I woke up and people later throughout the day on Instagram, DMs, everywhere, so thank you. There are much more important dates in May, though, or maybe June, but it might be May too. The Backcountry Brawl submissions are officially closed, so we will be having that event not this weekend because both of us are completely booked up. It might be the weekend after, or if not, the weekend after that, but we will have it to you before Ubisoft Forward on June 12th.
Yeah, we definitely can't have it this weekend because you still have to learn how to say brawl. Shred this spot. Episode 7 is going down at BA tomorrow. Thursday, May 13th is the final day for those submissions. Be sure that you are a part of the House of Shred Discord to grab all of the latest. Of course, you can find their link down below.
And going back in Nick and Mitch history, this is episode 20 of Après STEEP, but episode 20 of STEEPcast aired on May 20th, 2020, and that was the Flip the Script episode where we sent out a survey for you guys to fill out, and then we reviewed your answers. So we might as well do the same thing sometime soon about Riders Republic.
I like it. Let's head on over to the main topic. So, you may have noticed the event calendar that we released before the Tartiflette Games Season 2 took off has not been updated. There's a reason for that.
The reason is because we have other things to plan too. We do have some events that we could run. We have some that are planned, but our original idea was to have those 3 events and them actually wrap up sometime just before June, in hopes that we might hear something about Riders Republic. We didn't know if it would be coming out this summer, later in the fall, later in the winter, so we didn't want to schedule too far out and then Riders Republic be coming soon and then have to cancel some events or switch them over to that game. So we do want to wait a little bit to see if we hear anything at Ubisoft Forward. We also want to work on some more planning for events specific to Riders Republic so that when the game comes out, and even before that, we can have a pretty full slate of events for people to get ready to enter.
Exactly. We just want everything to be squared up, ready to roll as soon as we hear about the new game. Submissions have been a little down from STEEP events, but that's not the reason we're pausing. We're literally we're going to do 3 events here. We're going to take a break and reassess. We're going to see where Riders is. But if we don't hear anything in the near future, we will load up some more STEEP TFG events until the next time, and we'll just rinse and repeat that. But we definitely want to take some time to sit down and plan out all of our content for the first couple of weeks of Riders Republic so that you guys are just entertained out the wazoo as soon as that game comes out.
Yeah, we weren't joking in a couple videos ago, I think, when we said we have about 12 events that are already kind of planned out for Riders Republic.
Yeah.
Just events we want to do. We haven't put any more work into them, so we really want to get all of those set up, think of the rules, the submissions, kind of that stuff, have it all set up so once the game comes out, we can be running these events easily, and we can also be doing the weekly show. We have to get the Riders report ready to launch once we know a date, and hopefully pick up some more streaming too, so that's another thing that we want to work on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, bunch of elements have to come together and work in harmony. I mean, when we started the channel about a year ago, you know, we were kind of just flying by the seat of our pants, doing whatever we wanted to. And that was kind of the same for TFG events too. It was like a month out. We're like, hey, you want to do a knuckle huck? Yeah, sure. Let's throw it together. And I think we want to start a new chapter with Riders Republic. You know, we keep saying it. We've said it for over a year now that all of our Steep content is our training ground. This is our practice for when Riders releases. And that date is just getting closer and closer. Even though we have no news on it, that date just has to be closer. You know, because as far as we know, this game will be out in 2020. Or at least we'll have more information on it this year.
Hey, bud, it's 2021 now.
Yeah, man, can that be the end of the main topic? Can we be done there?
No, we've got way more to go.
But yeah, you know, on top of all of the... I can't get it out. Okay. On top of all of our preparation for Riders Republic this weekend and, you know, leading into the summer, Mitch and I have just some personal things that we have to take care of. I said it last week, but I will be getting a surgery pretty soon. And it's not the time to be going head over heels with TFG events. So we will still have different things here and there. Maybe the next one is like a wingsuit send it or something like that. I know a lot of people were asking for like a rocket wingsuit or just like a base jump, whatever, an aerial send it. I don't think we've done one of those yet. I think that might be like the in-between event if nothing comes from Riders Republic in the next couple of months here.
I was really worried you were going to push the TFG live event and not in the Backcountry Brawl, like we collect the videos and then do a live stream. The one you keep bringing up where it all happens on the same day, because I've told you time and time again that can happen. We have a version of that on our YouTube channel from years ago. So I don't even know if it's public. It's somewhere. We tried to do it. We had like 2 people compete and then it was just you and me. So that might be something easier done if the game is cross-platform at all, where we can actually observe people on other systems. But yes, I also want to see how Backcountry Brawl goes in this live stream format to see if that's something we'll use for those future events too. So yeah.
Well, you've been working on some new graphic layout for the Backcountry Brawl. We're going to see a TFG screen that we've never seen before. And I was blown away when you sent me the concept and the design that you were working on. I can't wait for you guys to see this. It's next level. Like Mitch is really sending it for Backcountry.
And if you guys are familiar with some streaming software at all, we use OBS and Streamlabs. Once I get the videos kind of set up, like the transitions, the intro, the outro, we can probably make that stream look extremely close to a finals video that's fully edited down, because most of the editing comes in that graphic work. So if, you know, this works pretty well, it might be super easy to just do more events in the future, because we just throw it into our live stream package every week instead of having to, you know, come up with all of it every single time we run an event. So it's a huge testing ground, and then we'll see what happens after.
You know, I'm kicking myself right now. You're talking about putting all of the production elements together, and one of the things that I thought about way back, I want to say maybe summer last year, was getting you for like a birthday present or Christmas, whatever, getting you one of those Elgato switchers, one of those stream switchers that you have all of like the 6 or 12 hotkey buttons for all your transitions and everything. And right before your birthday, I went and checked online. Boy, oh boy, did those prices skyrocket from a year ago. Everyone and their mother has a Twitch page right now, and everyone and their mother has 3 of those Elgato Stream Decks.
Anything Elgato branded is just through the roof on prices. So that stuff's easy to just hotkey on a keyboard, as long as I don't I think the one stream I accidentally kept pressing something that was muting us, but that's all easy to work out, and once it's labeled easily, we'll just be clicking through.
One of these days we'll get one of those fancy desks that has those switcher keys, those hotkeys like built into the desk. You know, you're talking about your keyboard, and I know your keyboard has some LEDs, but come on, it doesn't look as nice as the Stream Deck. You gotta be real. Like, yes, the keyboard is nice, but those decks are nice.
Once we have a full studio set up and an in-house producer running that stuff, that's the time to invest. Was there anything else? If you have ideas for what event you want to see after the Backcountry Brawl, if we do a couple more in Steep, post them down, because I think we mentioned it that entries have been down a little bit, and I think part of that is that, you know, Steep's just getting older and older and everyone's waiting for the new game. And also, I think all of what was our first event this season? It was so long ago. Slopestyle.
There it is.
Slopestyle was like a 1 minute 30 course. Real Steep was an edit, which usually has lower numbers because editing is a lot more commitment than like Knuckle Huck. And then this is also a long run. It's like 2.5 minutes. And, you know, it took me an hour to try or record one line for your example that I didn't crash in. So, you know, we have had some events that are longer and take a little bit more commitment, so that can be part of it too. So we could do an aerial event like you mentioned, or anything else.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let us know down in the comments. I'm probably also going to put a YouTube poll up. Maybe we'll talk about it in Discord. Just let us know anywhere. Tag us, you know, hit us in the face with your ideas. There are no wrong answers here. What would you like to see in Steep TFG before we head on over to Riders Republic? This is maybe your last chance to get your dream event in on Nick and Mitch. With that, you don't have anything else, do you?
I don't. I saw you put a 20-minute conversation about why Wreckfest is game of the century, but that's not related, so we'll cover that somewhere else.
Wreckfest is number one. All right, yeah, it's time for the Riders Roundup. This week, well, this is actually the past 2 weeks of the weekly challenge. We asked you guys to take on the big one, the big kahuna, Mont Blanc. And you guys showed up. We have submissions from the Steepest Legend, Flair, and Sofex. And Mitch too. I mean, that one's just killer. I love that black and white, especially with the motion blur, but we're not here to judge our pictures. We're here to judge your pictures. Mitch, who are you taking? I made sure to get that recorded first so that I didn't have to be the first pick this week. That's Mitch is sitting over there just making a lot of noises right now. Just, I don't want to make the pick, but it's all up to you this week.
The king of indecision over here, but I'm going to go with Flair's picture. The pinks are gorgeous. I love the overlay of multiple photos. Like, he's got his rider highlighted separately with a different ambiance, I would say, unless he did all of the rest of that with filters. And then the heart that it looks like an aerial shot from the game that he traced out by walking in the snow. So just beautiful composition.
Keeps getting better. Every single week he keeps getting better. I want to shout out Sofex for, I don't know what number this is in the series, but Sofex is keeping a theme here with the mountain theme. He's taking a gorgeous picture of the mountain itself and putting the coordinates, putting the elevation along with the name. So this is just going along with the Sofex series. Not my favorite of the bunch. Flair was a close second, but I'm going to have to go with none other than the Steepest Legend, sending it off the side of what looks to be a sister mountain to Mont Blanc. I'm not sure which one this is, on a sled. I love the white pants, kind of matching Mont Blanc, like you're camouflaging yourself with the mountain, you're twinning with the mountain, but just gorgeous, you know, focusing in on the mountain, kind of hiding your player a little bit until you figure out what's going on here, and it's just the biggest bomb you've ever seen on a toboggan. So great job to all three of you gentlemen. This one was stellar. Mitch, what do we got for him next week?
next week we'll be taking them to Hakuba in Japan. So
Hakuba.
You know the deal by this point. Take your best photo on or of the Hakuba Mountains in Japan. I believe that is where the Knucklehuck is too, the Asahi Snow Park. So anywhere on that mountain.
Sweet. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with next week. Thank you, as always, to all of you who submitted for the weekly challenge. Moving on in this week's Riders Roundup, Pancake, after hearing last week's Après STEEP, decided to release his real Steep behind the scenes. And this one is just a treat. Of course, this is the edit that featured not only Pancaked, but Nate Hotshot, Steepest Legend, Envy, and Extra Clean Water.
If you watch this behind the scenes, it is fast-forwarded versions of his drafts, but it's cool because it shows all 4 drafts of this edit before the final one, and he also adds little details in between each of them on what changed or what was kind of redone. So, you know, he talks about how he dropped a certain scene out, but then decided to go back to it, and that effect that highlights all of the riders. He talks a bit about some of the problems he had with it, but then you can see in the final version of the edit that it was fixed. Just cool to see, you know, it 5 times all sped up, but just seeing the slight changes and improvements every single time.
I couldn't help but laugh when the scene came up with all of the riders spinning in the air. It was just funny to see that sped up, but I loved this. I loved watching the progression, and I wish that all of our competitors, that's my mission for you guys, all of the competitors from Real Steep come out with a behind the scenes video. I would love to do a live stream where we broke those down, maybe even get you guys on for like a little video conference to talk with the directors and the creators of these to kind of get into your heads. I think that'd be kind of cool, just, you know, as a standalone idea to talk to some of our powerhouse creators. But that might be a main topic for a little ways down the road. Mitch, you were adding something from Instagram you sent me earlier today, and I'm sorry, I did not watch it. What are you sending here? What are you showing us?
So this video popped up on my Instagram,
what?
And I just had to share it with you because I can't even understand this trick. But to give you some context, the rider is Pierre-Emile Rochat from France, and this is Level 1 Productions, which is a big ski film production company, and they run a contest every year called Super Unknown. It's a talent search video contest, so they look to give skiers exposure, sponsorship, and a shot at filming with Level 1, like making a film. So they just put up this open competition known as Super Unknown, and riders from around the world can film some crazy tricks and submit it to them, and this was the winner of it. And, you know, it's fun to watch all of the tricks, but, I mean, this win's just incredible. He stops on the tips of his skis, turns around, then pops another front flip out of it.
You know, the mind that you have to come up with something like this, and then on top of that, the athleticism that you have to pull something like this off. I mean, the precision, the timing. You know what? I would love to see Nick tear this video apart. He would absolutely lose his mind. All I can hear is just his "what?" in the background as he's like slamming his head into the wall. I mean, this is just, he looks like a figure skater going to the top of this thing. Just dink, and then he comes back down. This is gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
It just blew my mind. You're right. Yeah. I mean, I need like a bed to go jump on and then like a massive cup of water to sip because my mind's just blown.
Dude, I have to go run like 3 miles just to get all of this energy out after I watch this video. I'm going to go punch a hole through a wall. I don't know what to do with my emotions after this, but I know darn well that I will never be able to recreate this myself. So it will live on Level 1's Instagram page. If you want to go and watch all of those other incredible submissions, head on over to @Level1 on Instagram.
Well, before we cause too much damage to our apartments from freaking out about that video...
I don't get it! I don't get it! How?
We gotta say thank you to our members, especially our executive producer, Bone Crusher 2D, our co-producers, It's the Mort and my mom, and our fans and Fans Plus. If you want to help support our videos, you can of course join as a member to get some cool perks, or just subscribe to the channel too. We welcome everyone in this family.
Yes. Everybody is welcomed, and we keep seeing new faces over on our Discord server. New faces are joining every single day. We absolutely love to see it. You can find a link to join that chat down below. There is never a dull moment. Tons of content, tons of discussion surrounding Steep, Riders Republic, and real life boarding and sporting. I know Flair right now working on a longboard, taking us through that process in the off-topic chat. It's a fun time over there. You can also find us on Instagram at Nick and Mitch YT, where, like I said, this past week, I absolutely spammed our story with tons of embarrassing pictures of Mitch for his birthday. You can also head to our link tree and find all of those other fun links that will take you to some of our content and our website, nickandmitch.com, where you can find all of the information for TFG events and where to submit for your TFG events. I think I got everything. I think that's it. You ready to sign this off?
Let's do it. You got to start though.
Yeah, now's the perfect time to talk about why Wreckfest deserves Game of the Century. Seriously, Wreckfest is... I'm just kidding. We'll see yins next week. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mitch.
And we'll see yins on the slopes.